boys and girls. It's me, Butch. My name is Terry David Silvercloud. I'm not native, just sounds that way. I'm going to be 78 years old next week, and today is Saturday, the 15th of October, 2022. Got dry lips. Hang on. Okay, so today I want to try not to go on and on like I usually do, and just give you a quick rundown on the Uolo Pulse Mini remote speaker with a built-in FM digital radio. Got it right. Hooray! So, where am I? I gotta look down at my camera or my computer here. I'm my own producer. I spend summers out at, especially the weekends at Wreck Beach in Vancouver here. It's a clothing optional beach. I go down to the far beach called the Oasis. In the lower left you see the stairways, nearly 500 stairs down, back up. And what I like to do is to take along a radio. So normally I take along my earthquake radio. It's an Aton FRX something or other. There's a new one out now. This one's 12 years old. Crank powered, solar powered, battery if you want. Never put a battery in there, but I leave it in my window so it's always charged. I broke the antenna a couple of years ago, stupidly. Flashlights, I'm just giving a quick sell on this because everybody should have a survival radio with lights and things on it. And this one runs, the new one runs around $100 Canadian. It's been upgraded over the last 12 years. But in 12 years, sounds have gotten a lot better, and so I went looking for a radio. I went looking for boom boxes with radios, and almost none of them have radios. And most boom boxes, no matter what size, are expensive. I didn't want the boom boxes that are like fragile. I wanted sort of an outdoorsy kind of thing. So I know you can buy boom boxes for $100 or maybe even a little bit less, but they're literally old style radios. I wanted something a bit different. So I got this one, and what's wrong with it? It's loud enough, and it's certainly sturdy, but that big round button on the right there, it is the function control, it's the station control, and it's the volume control. So if you try to change volume, you end up changing stations, and then it's just a real pain in the butt. The sound is loud. There's no particular bass. It's an okay sound. It's what it's got going for it is it's just super tough. It's also cheap. So I blew $40 on that, I think I bought the last one because I don't see them on Best Buy online anymore. Best Buy and places like that, they're a little bit like Amazon. They carry third-party stuff that might not necessarily be in the store. So I told you about that, and then I decided, looking around for more remote speakers that could be radios, I ordered up one of these, I keep forgetting how to pronounce it, the Pulse Mini remote speaker, and I didn't realize how small it was. It didn't give the dimensions in the page for it, so here it is, and I really like it, but it's got nice sound. Okay, it has nice sound, but I was hoping for even better bass and perhaps even louder. I didn't give it a lot of thought. This is 3 watts, so this is quite nice. It's got a passive woofer on the end. That's like rubber around the edge with a piece of metal, and the speaker on the side is enclosed so that when the air inside is going like that, it's making the passive woofer go back and forth, and it behaves like a speaker, which that's the bottom, and so the low bass sounds come out at the bottom, and it enhances the bass. So it's not a boom box, and the sound is quite nice, but not super bass. And then somehow I came to realize, and I'm not sure how, where am I here? I gotta look for something, that there is a bigger version. I don't know if I didn't notice it the first time around or not. There just isn't very many, almost no portable speakers that have a built-in radio, and the radios that you can get are either your typical, they sound like a radio, or they're a big cassette type carry thing that you carry, and I just wanted something I could carry around. So a little bit more about this. It's watertight, but to make sure it is, you've got to make sure you shut this little flappy thing here. Make sure you shut that. It doesn't have much of a thing on the end there for my fingers to get it open, but to keep it dry, if it's wet out, put that on. There's a white sticker on there, and then on the left is the power cable. The slot on the top is a micro SD card slot, USB below it, and a 3.5 millimeter audio in. And all of the controls are at the end there. And I don't know if I can get the light. I can't see it very well on the screen here, but I'm hoping you can. They didn't paint the controls, which I wish they'd done. But on the top up here is you select your source. So when you turn it on, it'll immediately be looking for something. And if you tap it once, you'll get to the radio. Tap it twice, you can read how to do that, how to pair two of these things. And on the bottom, there's a button there, and when you first get it, it's not tuned to anything, so you want to hold it down, go to the radio, 2 taps, the bottom, hold it for a bit, and if it doesn't start scanning, try again, but you'll hear it start scanning through, looking for all the stations. Just give it a minute or so to do that, and it'll stop when it's finished scanning, and it'll be on a station. And then you can, on the right and the left there, you can go up and down, and then they wisely made the volume controls super obvious and easy to locate. So it has a bit of weight to it. It's about 8 ounces, and what's important about that is they didn't cheap out on the speaker. It has a good speaker, and if it has a good speaker, it has a good magnet. So I put my compass near it, and it extends a magnetic field out to between 2 and 3 inches. What's important about that is you don't want to leave your credit cards or your wallet resting within a couple of inches. Keep your wallet at least 6 inches away from it, and USB cards, keep the USB card at least 6 inches away. And I think it's so small you're tempted to just throw it in with everything else. I may have done that because my Visa card isn't always tapping properly, and I think I threw this in the same bag that I keep my wallet in when I went to the beach. So I'll remember in the future to keep it away. And also with this wave speaker, how do I do that there? Over there, the larger one, which is twice as long, the same diameter, with double the speakers, double the woofers, and this one has 8 hours of playtime. The Wave, the one you're seeing there on the screen, which I have one coming, it should be here a couple days. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. The size of it, totally forgot what I was saying. So what do I want to tell you about otherwise before I get out of here? I think I told you all about that. They make a boom box which is 4 pounds and a little over a foot wide. And if I can, I'm going to go to my desktop. Let's go to the desktop here. That's my desktop, and I want to. I'm online right now, and hopefully everything keeps recording. So I just bought one for 65 Canadian, and the tax was about $9 or $10, I can't remember. So it cost me about $75. Shipping was free because it's over 35 in Canada. If you're in the States, you won't pay the sales tax, but you'll pay the shipping, and it'll probably be about the same. So 75 Canadian is about 45 or 50 US. And I'll just give you a quick boo at that. A little bit more down here. I'm pretty sure you're seeing. I think you are. Oh no, do you know what? I'm screwing up here. Hang on. How do I do this? No, you're seeing what you're supposed to see. I just have to do a quick check here. Where were I? Back to here. Not there. You guys. See, when you're your own producer, you really screw up here. It's hard for me to tell because I'm trying to do too many things at once exactly what you are seeing. I want to make sure it's the same thing I'm seeing. So I ordered the camo one. It has these other two colors. It's supposed to be water resistant, maybe even waterproof. Parrot, I'm just going to zip through these things. They suggest that you can use the power cable. Oh, that's what I forgot. I'll mention that in just a sec. The power cable is a Type-C connector, and there it is, double the speakers. And the turbo, if you do want an actual boom box, it wasn't really what I wanted, but this one has 12 hours of playtime, and it is a boom box. I would expect it to be exactly that. And let me get back to here and back to here if it's still working. Good, the camera's not frozen. What I wanted to mention, which I didn't mention when I was showing you the Mini, it comes with two cables. It comes with the power cable and it comes with a short audio cable. It does not come with the transformer, so you'll have to either plug it into your computer or a USB hub, or get yourself a transformer, plug it into anything USB. Like, you can see the end of this thing is oval, and it's called a Type-C connector, and that's because the European Union ordered Apple Computer to start making a universal connector, and enough with this. You're going to have to get, if you want our approval, you got to have a universal connector. So you're going to see more of these and more equipment. And what's different about these power cords is there is no right or wrong way to put it in. Up, down, doesn't matter. So you can't do it the wrong way. And that's really excellent. So it comes with one of those, and it suggests if your radio reception is poor, you can plug this in to act like an antenna. And while I'm on about it, which is off subject, but speaking of universal things, this came with my headphones recently. It's the new universal USB connector, and you can see it sort of looks like a USB connector, except it's got copper plates on both sides, and that's because it's universal. You can plug it in either way. I don't know why they didn't think of that before, but there you go. So in the future, you're going to start seeing more and more of these USB connectors that you cannot put in the wrong way. Very good idea. Did I cover everything? Probably not. The reason that, I think I mentioned it earlier, the reason that I want a radio is I spend a lot of time at the beach, like at Wreck Beach. And so I have ordered one of the bigger wave units, and which I probably would have done in the first place if I'd known it existed, or if I'd known how tiny this one is. So I really, really like the little one, but my first choice would have been the wave. And with that, because I know I just go on and on like a dripping tap, I might give a shot here. It might crash right at the end here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can give you a sound test. It might start giving me feedback, and if it does, we'll abort the sound test, but nothing's crashed so far, so we'll just keep rolling along here. I'm going to turn on the Mini.
Power on. Welcome. Pairing.
It's looking for my computer.
Uolo Pulse Mini connected.
So now what I'm going to do, I'll see, now I'm going to get feedback. That's unfortunate. Okay, maybe if I shut up it won't do it. I'm going to hit the play button. So it comes on at low volume. I'll stop if we start getting feedback. It's because it wants to tell me what the computer's hearing. I'm getting feedback. Sorry about that, but I tried and it doesn't work, so I'm going to turn it off. You wouldn't get a true...
Off. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So you wouldn't have gotten a particularly... what am I doing here? You wouldn't have gotten a particularly true sound anyway. So with that, I think I covered everything. I hope so, because it's hard to keep all these cameras doing what I want them to do and not something crashing. Where am I here? I'm going to stop recording, so I'm going to have to look over here. I'm looking over there to click a button. Bye from Butch.